Hello and welcome back to the 7th episode of this road challenge in Transport Fever 2 to $1 billion using only road vehicles. We're going to get to $1 billion, and we're in the 7th episode now. And we picked up last episode where we were going to improve this brick line. So bricks are a 1-to-1, and at the moment this line, market pos with bricks, transport us in a three-way network. But it is meaning we're not getting as much construction materials done because we're having to go via Market Bosworth. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to manage this line, and I'm going to take out the York Road stop for now, so that we're just going back and forth with bricks here because I want to increase that rate. We've now gone up to 45. I can also manage the vehicles. How much would it cost me to replace them? I need 300,000. Don't quite have that money yet to move the stone from the quarry there with the new vehicle type, which has an increased capacity. So I'm going to do that in a moment, but I need to now create a vehicle that will take... Oh, if I have any money. I don't have any money. And I have no loan left. So in the last episode, we were looking down here where we weren't able to breach 3 million. So we are now at a point where our income has breached the 4 million mark for the first time, which is nice. But our investments at the moment have eaten all of that up. So we do now have a little bit of money to buy 3 of these. And these are just going to purely go from here to here and drop off from the depot outside Market Bosworth into the actual town itself, to the town proper. So they will call this the Market Bosworth town. What do we have? Do we have goods already? We all have the goods. Market Bosworth West goods. Oh, it's getting harder and harder to name all the different lines with names. But we have that line now, which has a rate of 23, which I think will be fine to supply what we need, bricks and goods, from this depot where we have plenty of goods ready to go. There's lots of goods that want to go to High Wycombe as well. And we've only got a rate of 2 on here with just the 1 vehicle, so we definitely need to increase that because we are losing material there. I don't have any money again. Oh, I've got to stop spending money. I mean, I've got to make more money. I do want to duplicate. I need about 30,000. We've got a rate of 2. Let's add that one. Can we add another one? We can add a third. So that's going to start transporting from there. We want to start to see some material, some bricks especially. Bricks and goods can now go to Market Bosworth, but we've increased this stone amount into... this construction material factory, because this is a kind of a central hub really for where we are making our stone. Because if we look at the let's look at the factory, look at the consumers. There are only 4 places at the moment that make construction materials. We are not utilizing this one just yet, out near Harworth. We're not using this one all the way out here out near Swanscombe. So there's potential to bring those into the network, but we're not maximizing the use of the ones we have got. The one at Wolverton is being supplied. Let's have a look at this supply line. Wolverton Bricks. Wolverton Bricks is doing something else as well. What's it doing? It is taking stone to there, bringing bricks into this cargo hub. So it's a pretty profitable line, but it's got a fairly low rate, only got 29. So we are way under 28% capacity of this brick factory. So we're not bringing in as many construction materials into the network as we could be. But we're going to increase that for Market Bosworth. We've got a rate of 45 now. So we should start to see this stone ship from there at a faster rate. Yeah, we are losing some of that material. It's producing 400. we're losing a considerable amount. So we could invest in that, but we need some money. So I just want to double check that we're not... Market Bosworth goods is losing a lot of money. Which is one of the lines I think in the last episode I was saying was making an absolute heap. And I invested a lot in increasing that. But you can see there's a lot of material on there. So I have a feeling this line is a bit sporadic with the vehicles needing to spread out a bit. But when that does come in, it's going to bring in an absolute whopper of material in. So we do need that. Come on, you absolute beaut. Because there's plenty of material waiting on there to go from this area. Let's have a look at the other end. Not the materials, we want the line. Coming down to our central cargo hub. Yeah, we've got loads of material on there, so we could definitely increase the number of vehicles. Even though that is an unprofitable line, there's plenty on there. It's just going to spread out that load on those vehicles. All our little passenger lines at the moment are not doing so great. Then some of them are making... Well, some of them are making quite a bit of money. Our High Wycombe loop is... High Wycombe to Market Harbour is no longer making us good money. Are we just taking too many people from there? I mean, there's 60 people waiting at that side, and there's 29 people waiting at that side. So again, it feels like some journeys will complete and we will start to make some more money on there. So I think we just need to play through. I might make speed a bit faster for a little bit because it's boring to watch me with no money. I can't really do anything. I need some of these lines to bring in some more consistent income and spread those vehicles out. When I look at this line, for instance, the road vehicles on there, you know, they should be doing better than this. They're full of people. There's plenty of people on there. He's behind this lady who is like, move out of the way, man. So there's plenty of people on there, and the line in general is absolutely full. So it will make money. We've not overdone it with the number of vehicles on there, which I'm pleased to see. But now we've got 500,000 by skipping forward a bit. So we can increase this rate on the bricks line, which has gone up to 55, which is lovely. And that's going to increase the number of bricks going out into our other lines. Market Bosworth West goods is not taking anything at the moment. Are we missing the demand, I wonder? Let's have a look at the land use in this area. So our brick stop here is covering basically the whole town. So there's definitely demand for bricks in this area. There's definitely demand for it. And the land use... Where my little logos? Show me what I want. They want it here. I don't know why it's not showing me. Have I got the wrong one? Show me the little logos. But there's nothing wants to go there at the moment, such as the... well, we've got a brick there. We have a brick. I think we need to increase this market Bosworth because there is loads waiting on there. We are almost full, and this line is making money. Vehicles wise, we have got the modern vehicles. Maybe we should just double it. Can I afford it? Oh, I can. I kind of wish I couldn't, but I can, and they're all going to start rushing out. So we shall see. They are going to spread out automatically by the looks of it. So a couple are going that way. Almost all of them look like they're going that way. So they're heading along out onto the route. Hopefully to make us some more money. Hopefully that was a good investment. So just leaning into that profitable line now. Carnforth Refine is making us some good money. Wolverton West Logs is making us some good money, so that's nice to see. The High Wycombe oil line, I think this line could make us some more money. I think we might be getting some traffic jams. Yeah, it's not so bad. But we have got the old vehicle type here. So if we manage these vehicles and look to replace them for the horse-drawn car, it's going to cost 2.25 million. Oh, wow. So that is going to take some time before we're able to do that. But we have got a rate of 195 on there, which is good. You know, we're not overloading this. We're not overloading this line yet. We are. Oh no, that's the refinery. Yep, it's got plenty of material waiting. Oh, has it? Interesting. There's appears to be nothing on the platform. It's saying shipment. Does it need more ship? There's nothing being lost. Or is it being lost? Is it being lost further down the line? Because what might be happening here... I think this is where we... Yeah, pretty much everything is going. 128. Let's follow this line through. So it's coming up. The crude oil is coming up here. And we are consuming... We should be consuming all of it. Yeah, the consumption is 188. Nothing is being left there. Are the vehicles that are coming here bringing any of that oil back? Are they leaving with oil? They should be dropping it all there. So we've got 3 there, dropped off 3, picked up 1. This guy's dropped off 4, hopefully. Yep, so that's all working nicely. I can't for the life of me understand why we're shipping so low. 126, that surely should be higher. I mean, it says it's producing 400, but... Yeah, the spacing is a bit of a problem. I think with this one. We are starting to build up here now. The refined oil... Producing 71, so that's quite good. I suppose, do we have oil coming in from elsewhere? We do have oil coming in from the annex line. For which there is more, definitely more capacity there. So that's maybe one we could increase earlier and increase that rate. So let's do that. Because it's better to do things than not do things, right? So they will go faster, they will have more capacity. And that's going to increase the refined oil production there. We also have oil coming in here from where else? Ongar crude. This line is not making us money, which is interesting. There is plenty there waiting. There is absolutely plenty there waiting. But it might be a case of spacing again, where we're waiting for vehicles to come in. That's the highway come annex oil. This is Ongar crude. So let's follow this guy for a little bit. He's got 4. So he's got a full load, and his finances... There's a lot of journeys. You know, he's deadheading for a lot of it. So maybe that is the problem. They're going a long, long way without recouping any of that back. So at the moment we're at minus 4,000. I'd be interested to know what we pick up. It looks like we pick up about 16. So this guy should go into profit pretty much as soon as he returns with... Gets to this depot with the oil. Yeah, so he makes a 16. So that puts him in a significant profit. And Ongar crude really depends on when these guys come in, because when they do come in, the line starts to make a lot of profit, and then you get a period of not making any money. So yeah, I think there's definitely a case for Ongar crude could be a profitable line. But I don't, yeah. Maybe again that needs new vehicles. Maybe that is what is needed. We'll replace that. 414. We can get onto the new vehicle type with the high capacity, with the faster speed. We are now cooking with gas. So these guys get up to 12 miles an hour when they're at full speed. And that over a long distance with few accelerations and decelerations, that is going to make a difference, I think. Is a long old journey. Could that be any more efficiently made? I don't think so, really. It's a pretty direct route. This Ongar to High Wycombe line is got plenty of people waiting at that side. Yeah, there's a lot of people waiting either side. There was a 42 there. There's 48 on that side. There's 42 on that side, so we could definitely increase the vehicles here. I think we can duplicate this a couple of times. Increase the traffic there. We've got a new boat. Nice to see some new technology coming in. New steam trains as well, but unfortunately we can't use any steam trains, which does make me sad because I do love trains in this game, but it wouldn't be a road challenge if we were using trains. It wouldn't be anything challenge really, then would it? I don't normally use road vehicles too much when I play this game, which is why I really thought of bringing in the use of there. See, this is interesting where you've got a faster vehicle that's going at 12 supposedly and a slow vehicle ahead. So this vehicle is being held up by the slower one of the market boss with bricks. So definitely need to decouple that by replacing those vehicles if we can. So I do want to select all the vehicles. What are we doing? Manage your vehicles. Horse and cart. I've selected all of them. 321,000. I think that's well worth it. That line is making money. Again, let's look at our lines that are making money and upgrading those. So High Wycombe oil is going to cost me just way too much at this point. Looking down then, we've got High Wycombe oil. We've got Honiton coal, which is making a decent amount of money because that is carrying steel and coal. So I think that is a definite candidate to replace all the vehicles. 642,000 would be very good, and we are transporting a considerable amount of coal and steel now, 132 on that line. So I think that will help our profitability as well. Where else are we looking where we're still using the old ones? Honiton Steel, Keynsham Goods is up there, Wolverton West Logs. Keynsham Goods is still using the old vehicle type, I believe. Over here. Keynsham Goods. We are dropping off at this depot here. And we're coming from our Carnforth Central Hub. So this is a bit of a key hub here. Because I believe this connects... it doesn't connect into anything else really at this point. What have we got on this Keynsham Goods line? We've got plenty of material coming in. So, yeah, I think this would be a good candidate for replacing all our vehicles. An expensive one, though. But we've got a lot going on there. So, we have all of our locations now connected one way or another to each other for passengers. And you can see passengers have started to build up on this line. So again, we've got 22 there, we've got 38 there. We aren't making any money on this line. Finances wise look good though. That does look good because we are consistently making more in that period. It's just so at the moment it so happens that we're not there. But when that money comes in, we've got about 8,000. So I think there's definite case here to clone the vehicle a couple of 3 times and increase that. So if we have a look at our station statistics and we look at our overload, and I specifically want to look down towards the passengers here because they give us some idea of if we have any opportunity to bring in new vehicles. So we don't really. Alexander Road out here has got a lot, and that is the High Wycombe to Ongar, which we have put more vehicles on. Grange Road here has our Churchy Loop B. There's got a fair few people on there, and also our Churchy to Keynsham. Keynsham has not really any people waiting in the other direction, so again I don't know that. But looking at this, actually, we do have some stations which are quite poorly overloaded. So Keynsham South has got loads of oil waiting to go onto Keynsham Crude. That line is making some money. Where is it taking it to? It's taking it to... so this is where some of the oil is coming to into the network, and that works out well because they're bringing it back. So I think we could increase this. We've got 4 vehicles doing a sterling job of bringing material in there, and then they're sitting there. That material is then sat there waiting on the Keynsham goods. So any vehicles coming out of here are going to be full of crude oil that's going to go into our network further down the line. So we could definitely increase that for sure. So let's manage the vehicles. First of all, we will replace them with our lovely horse-drawn, newer horse-drawn carts. And we'll duplicate those so we get up to 50. I mean, we could do more. But we're not moving them down the line any faster. Keynsham Goods as a line has a pretty solid sustainability record. So I think it could be well worth doing, making some improvements to this line as well. 765,000 is going to increase that rate to 47. So that was a big increase. It's a long journey that those vehicles are doing, and the extra mile an hour seems to be having a good impact there. So I do like the looks of that. We are slowly but surely spending all of our money upgrading our vehicles, and sooner or later we will have rid of many of those vehicles. Wow, what is going on here? There is something going on. So Market Bosworth Goods, there's loads of vehicles going on there. They're not using all the platforms. So I think maybe we have to rectify that first of all. I mean, just use everything. Go for it, guys. Use the whole thing. Who else have we got waiting? Carnforth Refined. There's plenty of platforms here, guys. Get yourselves in the mix. There's absolutely loads of traffic building up now to this line. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the lines on here and make sure they are using all the platforms, because there's plenty of space actually in here, and we have increased the number of vehicles in a lot of places quite considerably. So we don't want to get traffic jams because they are going to cost us money. So we'll just manage these and let them all choose whatever platform is free. Get yourselves loaded and unloaded. Do not get in other people's way. We need to increase the throughput here through there. So Carnforth Goods is only using 1. So we'll just select one of the 8 platforms for you to use. And Carnforth Refined looks okay. Secondary Crude, not using all the platforms just yet. But get yourselves a platform and get the heck out the way, man. Okay, Churchy Goods also need to get yourselves moving. Keynsham Goods also need to get yourselves moving. And who else? Market Bosworth Goods, have we already done you? I think we've already done you. Berkhamsted Goods looks okay. Oh no, you're not using all of them. Come on. So, is that going to increase the flow through there? So it does look like the traffic's starting to clear at this station with more vehicles going on there. And that will help, because all of these, you've all got my money sat waiting. Come on, I need that money for replacement of the whole fleet. So just watching the traffic come down here. Let's see if using all the 8 platforms is making a significant difference to the flow. Yeah, we have cleared that traffic jam now, which is good. Because this is our central point to the network, so we can't really afford for this point to clog up. We've got everything riding on these lines, shifting their produce, shifting their stuff. So the money's coming in. We've got 800,000. Finances wise, we are over the 4 million mark, and we've started to hit towards the 6 million mark, albeit that's in expenditure at the moment. We're at 4.57 million. Our record is 4.58, so we'll see if this year we get above that that value with traffic moving. So we do have to keep an eye on these hubs, because with the sheer quantity of horse-drawn carts running around this network, it is absolute carnage. I mean, you just got to think of the horse turds that are in this place. There must be just well, you can imagine what the world would have been like in the 19th century with this many horses running around, pooing everywhere, and leaving their mess everywhere. Hi, welcome to Ongar is bringing in some money. We are full with our 4 carriages there. Our little carts are doing well. Oh, they're still on a stagecoach. Do I do stagecoaches? That's it. We want these guys. That's going to increase the capacity on there a little bit as well. And I like engine power. It's a newfangled thing. Everybody wants to be on these newfangled auto-propelled machines. Let's get into it. So there's loads of people waiting at this station here to come. Frequency on this line is every 6 minutes. I wouldn't bat an eyelid at that. Every 6 minutes wouldn't be bad. Churchy now demands goods. Did Churchy stop demanding goods? Did Churchy shrink? Looking at our towns now. The towns are all seem to be growing. Some not as big as others. Churchy has had, I think Churchy has had some decline. So yeah, it's plus 90%. It has had a drop off in shopping facilities for some reason. But certainly we are delivering enough bread. We're not really getting any goods, which I think is the shopping issue with Churchy, and that is really affecting that region. So how is Churchy getting those goods? Where are they coming to? So Churchy gets its goods directly from the main hub, but there is nothing waiting in there. There are no goods really coming in. We need to bring more goods into this area for sure. We also mentioned in the last episode we would need some machines. So let's do some machines, because that will help Churchy to grow. And we also need to look at more goods as well. So we are going to bring some steel from Cardforth Steel Mill into there. And we are going to bring some coal and some ore from these directions. Bring that steel directly in. And we need some planks from somewhere, so we might have to draw on the network for that. Do we have any being delivered currently? Any sat here waiting? There's no planks in there, but we could find our way into the network. Maybe they could come from Churchy up here. They could come down up the Churchy goods line into there and in the machines, and then come back down the Churchy line. So the network will figure itself out. We've just got to trust the market in this process, I hope. And we're going to sort out a new steel line and machines production to take to take things on its merry way. So first things first, let's get steel production going. We will build some country roads to connect this out. So I'm going to bring this around and head off in the direction of the coal mine. So I'm going to try and avoid this hill a bit. And maybe not go as the most direct path. I think that's a good option. So that's going to connect our coal in. We also need to connect our ore in. Now, interestingly, the ore from there is going to be problematic because we've got this big old hill. Just you know, yeah, there's big old hill in the way. Which we would have to get through to get this ore up there. We'd have to go up there through the valley maybe. But an option, a short-term option, is just to bring the ore from here across on a bridge, which is surprisingly inexpensive, nice and flat, and we're utilizing the road we've just built. So I do like that option, and that is the option we're going for. So we just have the one platform, and we will build our depots that are going to collect the material. From our industries, and they're going to drop them off here. So we could do at the moment they'd have to go around there and come there, so I just have to build that little connection there. But for the time being, I'm going to pop my little depot there, and let's connect that road in on this side so that we've not got that long journey. Oh, what am I doing? I built it the machines factory. I need it to here. I'll leave that there because we will eventually need it. But for the time being, this is the one I needed. Now, I'm in a bit of a cutting here. I might go... I've not actually connected these roads. Look at that. Look at that. That is terrible. Let's just move that back a little bit and see if we can't connect those in there, and then see where we can put this depot and still be connected to them. I think I do want to put it on this side because it just seems silly over there. It seems really, really silly, but they are, believe it or not, that is connected. So I don't have to put any extra roads down here. That is connected, so it's showing as white. I am going to bring the steel across there, so we will need a road that sort of sweeps along here to make a bit of a nice little triangle. Cuts up there. So what we'll do is we need to bring coal down here, and we need to bring ore down here, and we will be deadheading back, but the end goal is to be producing steel. Now, in terms of road depots, we don't have one nearby, so I'm going to build one. I'm going to build one in my nice new triangle over here. And we will put some vehicles to work. So we go to the cargo. We've got enough money for, let's say, 10. We want to be able to complete this logistics line. Bring the steel from there to there. And we're going to call this our Cornforth coal. We need another 10 vehicles on a new line. Not Q vehicles, we need 10 vehicles. 10 vehicles on a new line, and they're going to go from the ore line to there now. They'll probably have a lower rate, so we might need to adjust and add some more vehicles on here. But this is going to be our Jarrow ore. And I make that orange to make it a different colour and stand out. So the Jarrow ore has a 23 rate. The Cornforth coal has a 35. So the Jarrow ore really needs about 5 more vehicles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 more to get that rate roughly similar. Oh, bang on. There you go, 35. We need those rates to match so the steel production is efficient and we get the right balance of steel being coal and iron ore brought into the steel factory. And then lastly, I think we've got a bit of money, so we can buy. We need to get that rate to 35. So I'm going to hit the 4. Because this line, you're purely going to go from there to there. Which is laughably short journey. But so this is our Carnforth steel. So again, we're only taking, 35, 40. So we're going to produce about 20 at the moment. And we've got 24 there. So that's nice and balanced. And the very last thing then we need to have is we need to go from there. We need to drop the machines eventually there. And then we can bring them back to Carnforth. So what we can do is this Carnforth goods line, which isn't making money anyway. I'm going to manage that line, and it's going to go from Carnforth Central Hub to Alexander Road. From Alexander Road, it's going to come to this depot here, pick up stuff to take back, and I will just slightly improve that journey, I think. So I'm going to replace those vehicles for the high capacity ones, and also clone them because we need a rate of about 20 to match the steel production. So I'll do that there. But I also want to make this a bit better. So I might create a bit of a bypass. We're going this way into there, back there. And then we need a bypass that maybe comes round here and avoids going back through Carnforth and adding to the traffic pollution, all that kind of stuff that we have there, which is going to reduce the growth of Carnforth. So we'll come in about there. And hopefully that means that when we look at this line, it will use that route. And it's in this kind of pink colour, which is hard to see, but yes, it is there. And it is using that bypass. We've got a rate of 17, which should roughly match the steel production and machine production. So in order to get machine production, we need to be taking planks to... We need to be taking planks also to there. So that's an interesting conundrum, because if we're taking planks back to machines there, we might not want to use the actual Carnforth line. We might want that Carnforth on a separate line. Otherwise, we're going to be having a problem of uneven loading, and we will get build up. So Carnforth goods, you are henceforth changed to not go to Alexander Road. And you will be Carnforth machines. I'm going to change the colour of this line to a blue colour for machines. And because they'll bring planks on the way back up, so we do need to replace the vehicles I've just stolen for absolutely no reason from Carnforth. I'm very sorry. We'll buy 2 of those vehicles, and we will recreate in a really inefficient manner Carnforth goods. So it's telling me the wrong kind. I'm renaming. Don't give me warnings while I'm renaming. You can't go there. Why don't you go there instead and then not go there? How about that? So Carnforth goods has been refound. It is deadheading on the way back, but sometimes you can't necessarily win. We also have the opportunity to bring some ore from here into the mix, and then we need some more coal, and there's coal there as well. We are utilizing. Where is this coal? This coal, we're not using this coal either, and we're not using this ore either. Either or. We could bring those into the steel factory, but I think the main thing we need to do is actually bring some planks into the machines factory. So in order to do that, we want to bring that into our network somewhere. We could do that with this little setup here. If we bring Churchy goods and grain, everything's been dropped off here. but we could potentially move to a depot model, and that will allow bread to flow that way, will allow planks to flow that way. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. Now we could replace that in the town, but I don't want to replace it in the town because we're going to add to the pollution with all the vehicles. I am starting now to think more about pollution and how that is affecting the residents of poor Churchy in this case. So making a bit of a bypass here. That's going to connect in there. That's hopefully going to take that out, and that gives me a good spot to put my depot in here. So I'm going to put a little cargo depot with a couple of platforms, decent size on the edge of Churchy. And I want to redirect the lines here, not those ones. The cargo lines, Churchy goods and Churchy grain. I'm going to redirect these into away from the avenue. I'm going to add this station in here and then remove the avenue. I'm all going to do the same for the grain line. I'm just going to pause this actually while I make this change because this is going to impact. It's definitely going to impact things. So they are going to go through. I might need to make a bypass on this side to allow the Church Exchange where we're bringing in grain here. I want to bring that down here to allow that to flow into our bypass there. They are still going around that route. Is that because of the road speed? I don't really want them going through, but if that's the most direct route at this point. Oh, I think as well we've got an issue of, is it coming in and going out? No, it's not coming in and going out. They are just choosing to go that way because it seems to be more efficient. Now, this has a speed limit of 25. Unless this is an absolute belter of a road, and none of the vehicles can go that fast anyway. We'll improve that road later. For now, that'll do fine. They're going to drop that, so we do need to connect in a vehicle which is going to move the produce from there into the town. So a short journey. They're deadheading on the way back, obviously, but then that allows more stuff to come into this depot here and go up there. So what we can now do is bring in some logs from here and here, I think, and they can then be taken down to Churchy, and they will get shifted on their merry way into the network. I could of course take them there, and I could bring some steel from somewhere else, but at this point I just want to bring some planks into the network. I think that's really going to improve things. So we'll put the speed, we'll put the time back on. We will look for we only want the 2 platforms again. I'm going to go with 2 on the left. They like to drop off on the right. I just want to see what that looks like when they do that. So they're going to do that. We're going to go for 1 on this depot. And we will go for the 1 here as well. Now we will need to build a road to come around this mountain here in order to allow our traffic to go. So there's quite an absolute beast of a mountain in the way. Oh, I might have to build my first tunnel. So I think we'll have to build our first tunnel. Is it worth the investment of building a tunnel? I don't know. So we'll bring that road nice and curved there. Is there a better way? Is there a way through the valley? Like a nice scenic route? We shall see. So I think I might be able to get away with coming around here. So let's try that. So we're going to slowly make our way up. Up and around this mountain. Up here. Which is near enough flat. And then we're going to try and follow this contour line. Around and in here. Without going too steep. So that's not too bad. And then we can come around here nice and flat. And so we have not yet built our first tunnel. Which you might say just build a damn tunnel, but I don't know. I kind of feel like road tunnels, they really need to be worth it, because on this line we're only bringing logs in one direction. We're not really going to get a great return on here. We need to do this cheaply. So I'm quite happy with the road that winds through. I think we'll build another depot. At some point I should probably just go through and destroy a load of depots, but it's costing me an absolute fortune in maintenance. But for the time being, we'll build one here. And we need to bring in some logs from... Oh, I've not got the money. Where did my money go? Was it on my silly road? I'll bring logs from my silly road place. And we'll call this Wolverton Logs. So that's going to do its work. I realise I have a line called Line 1. What is that? Where is it? Oh, it's the Churchy. Churchy Town. We'll call it the Churchy Town Distribution. I like the idea of having a distribution hub. Follows a very common pattern actually in warehousing logistics, having a hub and then little vans taking it into the towns. It's what Amazon do. So earnings wise, we have breached the 5 million mark, which is nice. We are struggling for income this year. Let's bring the scale down. What is happening then? So this is every 6 months. We don't appear to be doing as well as we were. And that is costing me in the fact I can't get my vehicles out and collecting old loggy logs. But I think I'll be able to get some more from here. I'll have to add to this later. I can do 10. I can do 10. And I can bring logs from here now into my old log factory. And this will be our Churchy Logs. So that hopefully will start to do that. And then we've got a bit of a long trip down here to Upper Churchy. So we are getting, what have we got waiting here? We've got a fair bit of bread that wants to go into Churchy, but also into the main line, which is nice. And we want to start bringing some planks into there. So we actually need another platform in here because we've got three lines going on. And we want to say, oh no, do we have 3? Yeah, we will have 3 because we'll be taking planks. So let's have, I think we're going to need, how many can we afford? I can get 10. So we can get 10 and we can deliver planks from Wolverton into our Upper Churchy, and that's connected now. Wolverton planks. You know, that is connected now into our network. That is going to start distributing planks into there that hopefully will go up the Churchy goods line, into the Churchy cargo hub, into the Carnford cargo hub, and then will work its way to our machine factory. Where's our machine factory? That's the tools here. So Do we have anything waiting here? We've got Carnforth Machines is transporting a whole lot of nothing. Maybe I should have waited a bit longer. Oh, we need those planks to come through. Steel production. We're waiting on coal. We're waiting on coal. So, in terms of our Carnforth coal, we've got a rate of 43. There is steel waiting there, so that Carnforth steel is heading to the machine factory. And we should hopefully start to get a build up of steel here. We've got no steel in at the moment. Come on, have you got steel? Have you got steel? Have you got my steel? Ah, he's got steel. Let's follow this guy. Every now and then I do like to follow the carts and see the scenery. It's a beautiful game. Very colourful, very much like a model railway set. There's never a cloudy day. Never a rainy day in Transport Feverville. Yeah, so we got the 5 steel. We're chirpsing along. The driver's doing a sterling job. There's nothing here. I love it. I love that you can go inside. They don't stop you. They just allow you to see this. See the facade behind the facade. So he's coming in. Let's see how much money he makes, because he's not made any money so far. He's not done a single delivery yet. And he made 5,000. Wow, that is poor. As things go, that is not good. And he's waiting for some unknown reason. For a very long time. So he's off now to go get some more steel. And there is steel waiting for him. Yeah, and we're getting 66, 64 steel in there. We are producing 30. So we should start, yeah, we are getting some stored planks in there. So interested to see now whether the planks are starting to find their way from here. So we have not yet produced anything. I think we're still, let's speed the game up. We want to see some logs come this way. So, and we would need to see where those logs end up. So if we follow this guy, it's all resting on you. Cost me 5,000 so far. How much money is it going to make? Made 7,000 in that first trip, which is not too bad. But that does mean we have some logs now delivered to the plank factory. And they've consumed 4 and they've put it on ready to go. So it does want to go somewhere. And it does want to go down the Wolverton Planks line. So that means Wolverton Planks is going to have soon some of that. Churchy Town distribution. There's a bit of a queue here in Churchy Goods. We definitely need to make sure that they are utilising all the lines with a quantity of vehicles that use this little station. You see now they'll start to distribute themselves out onto different platforms, which will hopefully reduce the traffic. It's nothing complicated, but it seems to be working. So yeah, there's a lot of food wants to go from there, and at the moment the Churchy Town distribution with this one vehicle is just not cutting it. So they would like to consume 92. So there's loads of capacity in here. At the moment it's taking 20, so we do need to up that, otherwise the town is going to shrink a bit. It's got a rate of 14 now. I think I'll just duplicate the one time. It should get to 28 without the traffic that we subjected it to. And I'm going to say use any line again, in case you get stuck behind some other traffic. Wolverton Planks as well, will let them use any of those platforms. And then the Churchy grain, very last. We will say use any platforms. So we've got resources coming through now. High Wycombe is back to demanding tools. It's now demanding machines as well. It wants stuff. It is on the growth trajectory again, which is a good sign. It's sort of a lagging indicator to tell us our network is working. Market Bosworth is growing again, but it did shrink. There's some traffic waiting, but it's not too bad at this point. Yeah, so I think we've made some really good progress this one. Finances are looking a lot better, and I think the pièce de résistance of this episode is if we could upgrade the High Wycombe oil line vehicles. Can we do it? 2.29, let's get it. Yes! We have done it. Folks, we have done it. Oh, my focals. We have done it. That was the one. We made the 2 million. I didn't spend the 2 million, which is actually the biggest achievement. And that has meant that High Wycombe oil line has now got a rate of 257 with those vehicles in. And hopefully that's going to continue to bring in the money. Market Bosworth Goods is absolutely killing it. I think I would have died by now without it. We'll see what we do in the next episode. We may want to whiz through and connect. I think we need to connect more into the network. We've just got to keep jamming into this network more and more produced materials, and then as we get better vehicles, they will get transported through the network better, I think. So that's what we're going to be looking out for in the next episode, and until then, I will see you then.